Welcome to Intro to Marketing. I'm your host, Dr. Stephen Dan, and this is a brief overview of the Wattle site that you're going to be operating in for the next 15 weeks of semester. Basically, this is a quick showcase to let you know what's available, what's on the site, and where to find it. First up, the most important thing is that the course outline is now available as a Wattle book. You have all the things of interest down the table of contents to the side here, including what is usually of interest to people, which is what are the assessment tasks and the course overview, what to expect, what we're trying to achieve with the course, and how the semester is going to roll out. So this is all here for you to look through at your leisure. It is set up as a book. You can do various things with it in terms of printing it and otherwise, but basically it's 2015. We figure it's time to actually start doing interactive things rather than hand you a printout or throw a Word document at you. Second thing that will be of significance and interest to you is because the class is running on a Friday, and I'm aware that you are going to be busy, you've got jobs, lives, and it's a Friday afternoon course. I've set up so that there will be pre-recorded lectures available each week. Those will be up on the site. You watch those, you look at the course material for the week, you read the chapter, then you come down on the Friday afternoon to attend the seminar to do the interaction part, if you want to. Now, if you do want to come down and be part of the show, what I'm asking people to do is reserve a space. This takes you out to an Eventbrite booking platform. This is just a simple logistics task of letting me know how many people I should expect in the room. And in the unlikely event that I have more people booking than I have seats in the room, then I know to set up to run a second session. It's just a convenience. If you don't book because you weren't planning on coming along and you feel inspired on the day to show up, that's also fine. It's just a straight up logistics element to help me prepare in advance. Of course, if we do have a situation where there's more than 100 students in the room, the people with tickets get to have the first session. People without tickets wait until that session's over and join the second session. There's also a couple of other aspects, is that I'm aware that because we're on a Friday afternoon, the content's all available. It's going to be one of those situations where it's easy to feel disconnected from the rest of the class. So there is the option for the between class discussion and the pre-class discussions. So we've got a chat forum and we've got a news group. So the idea here is for you to make use of those platforms to talk to each other, and being all about the student interaction, that if you don't want to come to the classes, you don't really want to see me until it's exam day, that's a platform for you. You can use that, interact there. Now, for course assessment, one of the things I want to draw your attention to is that I have put all of the course assessment materials at the end of the Wattle subjects. So they sit down the end here. It is after week 13. This was done as a design convenience to put all the assessment tasks in the one location. You can access that from this convenient link at the top here, which will pop you a new window and take you down to the assessment task area. There are 4 assessment tasks that you'll be dealing with this semester. 3 of them will be submitted through Turnitin. If you're not familiar with Turnitin, that's the reason why we have the practice questions. They're worth 10 points and they're a starting point. They're a training drill. But they're a training drill that's worth points to make it worth your time undertaking the exercise. Each assessment task has a Turnitin and an information set. So for the practice questions information, what you have here is you can see the rubric, a broad rubric you can expect, a sort of the questions you have to address and deal with, and this is in play for all of the assessment tasks. So if you felt so inspired, you could actually, in the first weekend of the course, submit everything. get the whole, watch everything, write everything, submit everything, and be done. That's if you're really keen. Otherwise, you can roll it out until the due dates. But the assessment tasks all sit together at the back of the subject, so you can find them all at once. The other aspect to the course that I will bring to your attention now in the walkthrough is that each week you will have the chapter and this workbook, which contains the activities and the slides and the PowerPoint presentation of the week. The slide deck, you don't need to print this and take along to class. We are not going to be discussing PowerPoints. I'm not going to be standing up in front of the room with a PowerPoint projector over my shoulder. So these are for you if you want to see the master notes and follow along for the video. You'll have a self-check exercise. This assessment task is set up so that you can revise and revisit the contents on your own terms. Occasionally there'll be an additional item, like for week 1 there's a student profile, there's some feedback elements, but for the most part your basic layout is the book chapter, the slides, and the quiz. Now inside the book chapter is where it gets quite critical, is that you have an overview of the chapter, what the chapter is intended to teach you, and the lecture. So the PowerPoint for the lecture is contained inside this book. If you don't access the book, you don't see the lecture, it will be a little bit awkward for you. The next part of the book is I've got a couple of highlights packages. I put up elements where I think there's a critical part of the text, or there's a diagram I want you to pay attention to, or there is some piece of information I think is a nice highlights element. It's not the only part of the text that you need to pay attention to. It's just one of the ones I've gone, hey, this is interesting, or hey, this is important. But the book itself, you still need to read the whole of the textbook. The last thing about the seminars that you need to understand is that the Friday afternoon sessions are going to be a tutorial seminar. It's going to be a workshop, and you need to have prepared. So for the seminar content, there's basically 2 to 3 exercises each week. And the thing about these exercises is that they're going to need you to do some work before the class. You're not going to be able to walk in on the day and just simply improvise. Some of the exercises will ask you to go out to a shop or go to a store and observe. Some of the things will ask you to go to a website and look some stuff up. There will be things that you'll need to write up. So what I'm asking is that if you do want to come to Friday's classes, that you work through these exercises in advance and bring your notes. So we're really emphasizing, if you come prepared, you discuss with each other, you talk with me, it is a chance at the end of the week to tie together your knowledge and apply it. So the key to this success of this subject for you is the materials are now available to you. This whole subject is laid out in advance, and I am putting the responsibility onto your shoulders for how and when you access the material, the preparation that you do in advance, and how the Friday sessions go in terms of the interaction. Because I'm quite happy to come down on a Friday afternoon, sit around and talk marketing, answer questions and discuss the exercises, but if nobody's got anything prepared, that's going to wrap up really quick and we're all going home soon. So you're going to need to be willing to engage, to interact and talk if you're coming to the classes. You've got an online option to do this amongst yourselves. You can prepare in advance. But this subject is set up to be interactive, a flipped classroom, content's available to you now in advance, and the choice is yours. How you want to work for the semester and how you want to use the semester, that's your decision.